Hi guys, we are here at Red Rock to really test out this thing right here. So the glare and the light's going to be crazy. So we'll talk about that more in the office, but that's what we're here to test out today. We're going to look at the way in which I installed this, because I did a little bit different than what was recommended, but I felt it was easier, simpler, and I want to show you guys that. So let's go to the trunk and I'll show you how the rear view camera is hooked up, and then obviously we've got the front camera on top here. So it's the iWay K7, and in fact we've got a rear view camera and a front facing camera, and they record, and I've got a big memory card in there. Awesome. Okay, so that is the rear view camera, sticky. I also have some screws that have went in there, and I've routed it down through a liner right here, under the mat, through the back seat. So a lot of people I saw online were taking apart this back thing, didn't want to do that. So I routed it, and I've got these little cable management things right here to help guide the cable. There's the rear view camera right there. And my cord just goes through the actual lining underneath, all the way through here, under the mat, up here. I hope you can see this. Into here, and then two cords going up. One for power, so one right there, and actually I'm going underneath the steering wheel, or at least the fairing for the steering wheel, and two cords going into the back, but all guided. So that's how I have routed, and it just seemed the simplest version instead of going up and around, and so that might help somebody. So the features we're going to talk about more about at the office. So far, loving this thing. I've had it for about a week now, and I want to really use it first before we got into the details of making a video. So far, that's where we're at. So let's go back to the office. You just saw me out there in the wilderness with this in my car. We now have it right here. iWay IK7. It is everything I needed. So I have my old one around here somewhere, and it's essentially just a wireless Carplay. That's really all it does. So Carplay, separate screen, great. But this, as you already know, and as you may already be aware of, it is a front-facing cam and a rear-facing cam, a dash cam essentially. So this checks off a lot of boxes, and I had a couple of questions as to what this thing had to do for me, what this product had to fulfill, and it checks all on boxes. So does it do the wireless CarPlay well? Yes. Sit in, turn your car on, and my phone connects. That's it. Music starts playing, all that good stuff. So that's fantastic. Integration with my existing system, essentially. The screen itself is massive, definitely a good couple of inches bigger than my first one and bigger than the one that's already in the car. So having a split screen where you've got your CarPlay on one side and your backup cam or your front facing cam on the other, that's exactly what I wanted. And the screen is big enough to do that. The installation was a big question mark for me. How simple was it going to be? I already talked about how I did that when I was at Red Rock, but just to kind of go back into it, all the videos I watched were, let's take the cables and go up and over around your different beams and inside of the different fittings that's on the lining of the roof. And then once you get to the back of the car, taking this panel off, doing this, wiring it to this, I thought that's a little bit too much. And I remember reading that you could just route it, or you could just attach it using the sticky that comes with it, the M3 mount that comes with it, and it comes with some little screws as well. FYI, how simple was that process? Because I certainly wasn't going to be taking my car apart to fit this. And you saw I went, instead of going up and over, I went under and through. The places that I hid the wire in the fittings along the side of the door came up very easily. I slid them in very easily. It's very secure. I've got some cable ties, holding it in a very secure position. And with the tailgate, the trunk door going up and down, no issues there either. So if you didn't know, if you weren't aware that yes, you can go up and over, and it seems a little bit more complicated because there's seals and stuff that you're messing around with, or you can go under as an alternate way. I've just never seen anyone do that, and that's kind of in my mind what I thought I was going to do, and I end up doing. So great. Really what I was looking for was a dash cam solution, and that's what I got with this, with the extra added bonus of having a bigger screen and having the wireless CarPlay and being able to stream to my phone. My other older device, the switching between the CarPlay and you mirroring your phone to the screen was so complex. This one guides you through it. Now, I haven't had the need to do it at this point, but I know at one point I'll be in the car with my kids and they'll want to watch something, and I'll put it on this instead of my phone just sat in the back or whatever. So here we go. Here's the back. It's obviously made of plastic, but it's very nicely designed, and obviously you've got your little camera right here that goes up and down. It's got a little bit of play in it so you can get it to the right spot, you know, move it slightly up, slightly down. The peace of mind of knowing I've got 2 cameras recording front and back in case something happens. Now, the amount of accidents I've avoided in this Las Vegas, in this city, way too many to count, where I've been paying attention, somebody else hasn't, and luckily I was, and I have a rule of not using my phone in the car because things like that happen, especially when I've got the kids in the car and my wife. So now I know I've got video footage of stuff. I've got a 256 memory card in here. It did come with one, so great, awesome. It's a nice touch that they threw it in. It's not going to do CarPlay right now because I've got my phone up here as my overhead shot. So it won't do CarPlay right now, though there's the instructions of how to do it. And if I wasn't recording on this camera, I would be able to CarPlay to it right now. We'll do that in a moment. So here's the thing. If you're looking for a quality, easy product to utilize, this is it. I can't underplay stepping into your car and wirelessly having CarPlay. My car, I thought it came with wireless CarPlay, and it wasn't. It was wired, and I was sat there for 30 minutes trying to figure it out to realize my model didn't have wireless. Just to step into your car and it connect, it's a beautiful thing. So if your car has it, great. If you need a second screen, great. If you need a second screen, like I need a second screen, or a primary screen if you don't already have one, as well as you're looking for a Dashcam solution, well, this is essentially it. And I was looking into the devices where you mount them to your windshield, or you'll mount them to this, that, and I was just thinking the whole time, like, well, what about charging? What about turning it on? What about this? What about that? It was just, what about leaving it in the car? What about having to put it up and put it down the whole entire time? Whereas this, none of that applies, yet we're still getting the benefits of Dashcam, 4K, 1080p coming out the back, all these different things that you can get other individual products that do all these things, but this does it all in one. Can't say how happy I am with this product. So the company did send it to me just for your reference. I reached out to them, said, hey, the product looks great. Can I test it and do a review? And I am getting to keep it, so thank you so much. But honest opinion, great. I was probably going to buy it on my own accord and probably not have done a video on it, but I'm happy that they did send it. I'm happy that I was able to create some content around it to say that, hey guys, this is a really good product and I think you should at least look into it. And the company's been great, very communicative with me. And there we go, a little bit of inception for you. So there's the camera, and that's the split screen right there. That's the multimedia, if you've got maps and music playing, as well as the camera up. Obviously the camera, the backup camera, plugs in on the side, and that's where you route your cable through. So obviously we don't have a backup camera right now, we just have the one. If the other camera was present, I could tap on here to go through them, or down in the bottom right here, it would give you the option to have split screen between the two, and the little lock feature right here means that if an accident happens or something, you press that button and it locks in the footage. It doesn't override it in any way, shape or form. It actually does so much more than I've utilized it for at this point. And that's what full screen CarPlay looks like. So that's how the full screen looks with the map, say for instance, your music. And I'm just giving everyone my location here, aren't I? But you can't tell where that is. No one find me. So obviously split screen with the cameras is fantastic, or full screen with the cameras if you really need to. Okay, so we'll conclude the video there. If you have any questions, let me know. Genuine good product. Thank you so much again, company, for sending it to me. The link will be in the description below for the Amazon affiliate link. If you're looking for the solution, they have it. So have a great day, guys. Bye.